Asante. Waandishi wa habari, kwa upande wangu nitachanganya lugha ili muweze kupata kwa lugha zote mbili. Kwa hiyo nitaongea Kiswahili lakini nitakuwa najaribu kutafsiri ili mpate mtakachohitaji kupata. Members of the press, we have just concluded our last session, and during this 10th session of the Joint Commission on Economic, Technical and Scientific Cooperation between Tanzania and India, I had an opportunity to engage with my brother, the Minister from India, Minister of External Affairs, His Excellency Dr. Jaishankar, and the session enabled us to take stock of progress made since our last session, the 9th session, and we noted with satisfaction the recorded milestones in various areas, including in politics, trade and investment, energy, education, water, health, ICT, and defense, and we agreed to reinforce our cooperation in these areas. Kwa hiyo kikubwa tumepitia ushirikiano wetu katika maeneo hayo niliyoyataja: siasa, biashara na uwekezaji, nishati, elimu, maji, afya, tehama na ulinzi, na tumekubaliana kuongeza ushirikiano katika maeneo haya na kwa kuona kwamba pia kumekuwa na mafanikio makubwa sana kama nitakavyoendelea kusema. And while noting the encouraging cooperation in terms of trade and investment, both sides affirmed that there is a potential to increase the bilateral trade volumes and to this end directed our officials to explore new areas of trade and investment while addressing the challenges that hinder trade among our two countries, and this will be complemented by visits of business delegations, business exhibitions, and the interaction among business communities. Kwa hiyo pamoja na kwamba tumeona kwamba tunayo mafanikio na tunafanya vizuri katika eneo la biashara na uwekezaji, lakini tumeona bado kwamba kuna nafasi nzuri sana ya kuweza kuongeza biashara na uwekezaji katika maeneo haya, kwa kujua kwamba India ni mbia wetu kibiashara na anachukua nafasi ya 4, lakini ni mbia wetu mkubwa kiuwekezaji akichukua nafasi ya 5. Kwa hiyo tulichokubaliana ni kwamba tuangalie maeneo mengine ya biashara ambayo tunaweza kufanya nao kazi, lakini changamoto zote zinazokwamisha biashara zifanyiwe kazi haraka, na hili litakwenda sambamba na kuihusisha sekta binafsi kwa kuwa na makongamano ya kibiashara, kukiwa na maonyesho ya kibiashara na mazungumzo kati ya wafanyabiashara wetu. Pia during the session I commended the government of India for its decision to establish the first ever Indian Institute of Technology in Zanzibar. The memorandum of understanding for setting up a campus was signed on the 5th of July between the Minister of Education and Vocational Training of Zanzibar and the Ministry of Education of India. And operations will start in October this year, and this will contribute to the efforts of the United Republic of Tanzania in enhancing capacity in technology and innovation. Moja ya mafanikio makubwa katika JPC hii ni kusainiwa kwa hati ya makubaliano ya kuanzisha hii Institute of Technology, kituo cha ubunifu, sijui tutakiita hivyo kwa Kiswahili, taasisi ya teknolojia, na hii ni taasisi ya kwanza ya teknolojia inaanzishwa na India nje ya India. Kwa hiyo ni kitu kikubwa sana na itatusaidia katika kujenga uwezo kiubunifu na kiteknolojia ndani ya nchi yetu. Kwa hiyo memorandum imesainiwa na utekelezaji tumekubaliana uanze mara moja. Kufikia Oktoba utekelezaji huo umekwisha anza. 5, His Excellency Minister Jaishankar had an opportunity to visit 2 water projects in Kidatuni in Zanzibar and Kibamba in Dar es Salaam. These 2 projects are being funded by the government of India through Exim Bank. India is a big partner to Tanzania in the water sector, and 2 parties agreed to enhance cooperation in this area. India wanatusaidia hata katika sekta ya maji, na ndio maana Mheshimiwa Waziri alikwenda kutembelea hii miradi huko Kidatuni, Zanzibar na Kibamba, Dar es Salaam, lakini iko miradi mingi ambao wanatusaidia hata maeneo mengine ikiwa ni pamoja na Tabora, Shinyanga, na kwa hiyo hili ni moja ya maeneo ambayo tumesisitiza na tumekubaliana kwamba tulifanyie kazi kwa pamoja, tukielewa kwamba maji ni kitu muhimu sana. Na sasa hivi katika mabadiliko ya tabia nchi, kila nchi inajitahidi kuhakikisha kwamba kuna vyanzo vya maji vya kutosheleza katika nchi yake. Kwa hiyo pia tumekubaliana tuangalie uwezekano pia wa kujaribu kuendeleza ushirikiano kwa kupata msaada wao kwa ajili ya mji wa Dodoma, tukitambua kwamba sasa ndio makao makuu ya nchi yetu na ongezeko la hitaji la maji linaongezeka. While in Tanzania, His Excellency Minister Dr. Jaishankar met Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, President of the United Republic of Tanzania, and His Excellency Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolution Council, whereby various issues of bilateral cooperation were discussed, na niliyoyasema ndio yaliyosisitizwa na waheshimiwa marais wetu kwamba tuendelee kuongeza ushirikiano katika hayo maeneo. India is one of the earliest countries to open a full-fledged embassy in Tanzania after our independence in 1961. A year later, in 1962, the government of the United Republic of Tanzania established a diplomatic mission in New Delhi, and this has been key in promoting bilateral relations between Tanzania and India. And during this session, we reaffirmed our commitment to reinforce our cooperation as we celebrate the 60 years of our diplomatic relations. Finally, I wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude to my brother here, Dr. Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs of India, for honoring my invitation to participate in the 10th session of the Joint Commission on Economic and Technical and Scientific Cooperation in Dar es Salaam, which I believe you'll agree with me that has been very successful. So let us continue working together, let us continue reinforcing our partnership, and Tanzania remains committed to continue partnering and cooperating with India. Asanteni sana kwa kunisikiliza. Over to you.
Thank you. Friends from the media.
Kama anahamia pamwachaji.
Thank you very much. Friends from the media, as you heard from my sister and counterpart, Minister Stergomena Tax, we've had a very productive 10th round of the Joint Commission. This gave us an opportunity to do stock-taking of our relationship, to discuss what are the new areas that we need to move forward, also to agree on how to deepen our cooperation in the areas that we have been working on for many years. Among the domains that we looked at was our economic cooperation, how to increase trade and investment. We discussed how to promote stronger collaboration in ICT and technology. We spoke about expanding training and exchanges between us. And we looked at areas like health and agriculture and defense and education as new domains to go forward. Between India and Tanzania, we have a very strong, very time-tested relationship, which is based on a solidarity and a camaraderie which comes from our shared struggle for independence during the colonial times. And from the very beginning of our independence, we've always had very good understanding. Today, that is reflected in a very robust economic engagement. We have a trade of almost $6.5 billion annually. We have a significant Indian investment in this country. Tanzania is among our key trade partners, economic partners in Africa. And we have a very substantial development partnership. We are particularly proud of our water partnership, which involves soft loans of almost $1 billion, which, when the projects are completed, would bring safe drinking water to 8 million Tanzanians. I think it will cover 28 towns of this country. And for us, it's a great privilege to be associated with such a major transformational development initiative. During this visit, we agreed on a new flagship project that would underline our deep friendship, and this is the establishment of a campus of the Indian Institute of Technology. This is the globally renowned technology institution of India. For the first time ever, the IIT is going abroad, and we are very, very pleased that this should take place in Zanzibar, because in many ways Zanzibar is a meeting point of African and Indian cultures, and I certainly regard the agreement which was concluded to establish this campus as one of the high points of my visit. I also had the opportunity to meet many alumni of Indian training institutions and courses, and I was very pleased today that when I had the opportunity to call on Her Excellency the President, she also recalled the time that she spent at one of our institutions earlier on in her career. During my stay, I had, as Minister Tax mentioned, the chance to visit water projects both in Kidutani in Zanzibar and Kamemba here, and to go to the Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology, with which we have had a long association, where there is a supercomputer from India which is operating. I could meet the Indian community. This community of 55,000 Indians and people of Indian origin plays a very important role as a bridge between our countries. I had a chance to address a business event. There is a business delegation from India at this very time. And as I said, I was very glad for the guidance that we got from Her Excellency the President about how to further develop our relationship. I also would like to recognize the meeting which I had with the President of Zanzibar. He was very, very supportive of what we are seeking to do in terms of the early establishment of the campus there. So overall, it has been a very productive visit. I thank you for it. I thank all the officials who worked very hard to prepare for it. And I would like to end by emphasizing that Prime Minister Modi believes that the deep solidarity between India and Africa, it must be expressed in very practical terms, in a way in which we share experiences, we share capabilities, we contribute to each other's understanding of the world. And today, this Joint Commission meeting and the roadmap that we have put forward is a way of doing it, because Prime Minister Modi deeply believes that partnerships are made by recognizing the priorities of partners. And whether it is water, or whether it is technology, whether it is defense, whether it is trade, these are very much the priorities that we hear from our Tanzanian partners, and we are very privileged to be part of your developmental journey. Once again, it's been an immense pleasure to be here, and I would like to thank my sister, Dr. Stergomena Tax, for her hospitality, for her warm welcome, and for what has been really a very productive visit. Thank you very much.